I'm Bobby.
And I'm Sarah.
And this is BS with Bobby and Sarah.
Welcome to episode 8.
And if you want to know what this podcast is about, I'm not going to repeat it because, number one, I already did it.
Yep.
And number two, I still don't think we know.
We're not too sure ourselves.
But thanks for being here.
Yeah.
Thanks for listening. Today, BS is going to stand for Buffet Sampler.
Buffet sampler, okay.
Because I got a lot of random things to talk about.
I'm hungry.
I honestly haven't been to a buffet in, 10, 15 years. As a kid, they were awesome and amazing.
Yeah.
Like, I could try all this stuff. You usually get the pizza and the mac and cheese.
It was where I discovered mac and cheese. Because our family didn't do mac and cheese. It wasn't a thing.
Oh,
You
wow.
know, it was all Mexican stuff.
That's really surprising.
At the Old Country Buffet.
Yes.
We would go, I think, every Sunday after church.
To Mexicanize it, did you start adding chorizo to your mac and cheese?
No, but that sounds fantastic.
Yeah, it actually sounds really awesome.
Ooh, although I was seriously thinking last night that I want to try maybe going gluten-free and dairy-free for like a month.
Okay.
Because my friend and I are going to be recording an album, and usually they say that dairy makes you kind of more nasally, and I'm already kind of there. So.
Very phlegmy.
Yeah, very phlegmy.
Absolutely.
And this one time I did do dairy-free for I think 2 months. And I did remember feeling different when I talked. Like it didn't feel like, you know?
If you're doing it for singing and vocal purposes, what about fake milks, nut milk?
Oh, I love them.
But it also doesn't affect your phlegm levels for singing?
Oh, I have no idea. I haven't looked into that.
You better look into that.
I should, because I love me some nut milk.
And then you're going to do vegan and gluten at the same time?
No, vegan.
Gluten and dairy-free?
Yeah.
Best of luck to you.
Thank you. It sounds horrendous, but we'll see. We'll see how far I get.
Well, I wanted to thank you for the empanadas that you gave me.
Yay!
I had them. They were really delicious. I think there was gluten and dairy in both of them. It was such a flaky crust. So that had to be butter. It was delicious.
Oh, that's right. I forget about the dough part. That is probably in there. Because I was like, I don't think the inside had any kind of dairy.
It wasn't like any cheese. You gave me bacon. No, not bacon. Bison. Bison and tuna. And I'd never had bison before.
Oh, yeah. It's pretty good.
It was
a strong flavor, can be. But I think they masked it pretty well.
So thank you for that. And
you're welcome.
So thank you for those. And I want to give you this gift.
What is this? Little tiny coiled piece of...
It is a tiny coiled piece of metal, which is
a paper clip.
It is a paper clip.
Ooh, I love cool paper clips.
That is probably the most interesting one that I've ever seen.
Yeah. You really are giving this to me?
Yeah.
Sweet.
Because I've had it for at least 5 years. When I took it off a resume that I got at work, it was either a makeup artist or a hairdresser.
Yeah.
And she had that spiral loop-de-loo.
Yeah, it's just a little spiral. It's like the little doodles I do when I'm bored and I have a notebook in front of me.
And I haven't really been using it, so I'm going to give you my garbage is what I'm saying.
Way to make a sweet moment all garbagey.
So that was the gift for the empanadas. Which
love it.
You said the empanadas were because of your nephew's birthday party?
No, it was for my birthday party.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, my mom and my aunt and my grandma, they for some reason they wanted to throw me a really early birthday party. So I think this all happened in late March.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It was great though. My cousin's daughter, she's the one who organized the whole thing. She's freaking adorable. I made her an email because she has a company now. It's called Lovely Food or something like that.
Lovely Shit?
No.
That's your other podcast. Well, I'd thought that it was for your nephew's birthday because his is also around yours, right?
Yeah, it's mine's April 4th. His is April 26th.
Nice. What I love about him is because he's half white and I guess half Mexican, but right now he looks fully white.
He does.
He's going to be one of those
sneaky speakers.
Yes. He's going to look like all the people you see on the telenovelas.
Yep, yeah.
We're definitely very light-skinned. Mm-hmm. He's going to be one of those sneaky Spanish speakers, and I love that. I love when it's unexpected.
Me too. Surprise, bitch. I know exactly what you're talking about me.
I'll go into YouTube wormholes.
Yeah.
Or deep dives where you're seeing a black guy speak Korean on the streets, and the Koreans are shocked.
Yeah, that would throw me off too. It's not something you see very often.
or if all of a sudden you get like an Asian person speaking like fluent Spanish.
I remember the first time I heard that, I was in an airport and I did a double take. I was like, what? Wait, what? It just sounds so weird.
It's the unexpected.
Very cool though.
And I love it.
Mm-hmm. I would agree.
You know, there's actually a lot of Japanese down in Brazil.
In Brazil?
I think
is there like a
Chile and
reason
Brazil.
Or just...
The weather's great. The beaches are fantastic. The bodies are banging.
The bodies are banging.
Why would you not?
I do love me some good Portuguese too.
And speaking... Oh, do you?
Like the language.
Oh, see, I think it's like a cat meowing. It's like Spanish, but everything is like federacao.
Meow.
Because everything, instead of like federación, it's federaciao. Imigraciao. It's very meowy to me.
It's meowy. Oh my god, this is so funny.
And like 3%. It sounds like a drunk Spaniard's French person.
You know what? Yes. And I think that's why I like it, because it makes me feel
fun.
Like a Spanish is a sponge, and then it like kind of soaked up some French, and then it's like trying to squeeze it out. That's how I can visualize it, but it feels weird to me, and that's why I like it. I like weird feelings sometimes. Okay. But speaking of like accents and stuff, I was listening to this podcast this morning of it's like a functional medicine type of podcast, but the lady is from Ontario, Canada. Oh. And all of a sudden I was picking up a very, very similar thing to the accent you were doing from Fargo. Yes. Fargo, yeah. I was like, what the heck? Yeah. How did I, like, Bobby and I just talk about this and now I'm kind of hearing it. Mm-hmm. But that was like from Ontario, and this accent you were doing was...
It's like Minnesota, North Dakota.
Yeah, but it sounds so similar. I guess I don't really have a good map in my head of, like, are they close?
Yeah, I mean, Minnesota and North Dakota both touch Canada.
Okay.
So I can... It's, cold as fuck, rural, can be. In general, I think there are a lot of similarities between Canadian and Fargo. It's all about the vowels. What's functional science?
Functional medicine? Mm-hmm.
What is that?
It's kind of like if you wanted to go to a doctor, but just all like the healthy... No, wait. Functional medicine...
Hopefully all medicine is functional.
That's what we hope, right?
Yeah.
Functional medicine is more in like the holistic side, to use like those kinds of words. It's very focused on like what is causing it, like going to the root of the problem and how can you fix it, usually with food or supplements, like it's natural things.
Okay.
That's what I understand of functional medicine.
It's almost like alternative.
Mm-hmm. It's becoming a bigger deal thing too. Either that or maybe I'm just too into it now and I see it everywhere. Yeah, I mean, people actually get like a medical functional doctorate, something like that.
What?
Yeah, I'm almost positive that you're like can get like a doctor's degree.
Why not just actual science then?
Well, I mean, they do look at all the science, but I mean,
they're like, oh, try this tree bark for your headache because it has certain properties. And
well, not so much just like that. It's not like a voodoo-y doctor kind of thing or botanical type of stuff. It's very like scientific.
Oh.
But addressed to like, so let's see, like these kidney beans have so-and-so vitamins and this other stuff. Like, how is that going to apply in your body? Like, do you...
Oh, I see.
So it kind of goes more into that. It's very technical. Like, honestly, like, some of the people I follow on Instagram that do functional medicine or going to school for it, the stuff they say, it's like, it blows my mind, and it's all very scientific. So that's why I don't necessarily want to say like a naturopath or what did I say, homeopath, because it does feel more sciencey than that.
That makes more sense. I was thinking it was like pseudoscience where, oh, if you have a brain tumor, drink this ground up cassava root and will it away.
I think it ties to that. On some points.
Oh.
Because I mean, why not? If you have the evidence to prove that that works, why not?
I think my issue is they don't have the evidence.
And they don't say like, that science doesn't work. Pro medications if that's what you need, but not just like forever, just to cover the symptoms of stuff.
You know what I found out today?
No.
Apparently, if you have a red bra under a white shirt,
Yeah.
you think it would stand out.
Yes.
Really,
like pink or something.
But apparently it doesn't. As long as it's like a bright red, ruby red, Corvette red bra, not like a slightly pink or slightly fuchsia, if it's under a white shirt.
Oh, really? So it just won't show up? I have to try this. I need a red bra. Dang it, I just threw away one, but it was way too small.
Okay, I was going to ask if you have any red bra.
I had. It was really cute, too. Like, I kept it for the longest time. It was so old.
Well, I did extensive online research. Saw a lot of ladies in bras.
Lucky you.
But also on the realm of underwear, I've been spring cleaning, purging, donating, a lot of things. Furniture, old clothing.
Dishes. Paper clips, apparently.
How many pair of underwear would you say you have? Because I have an exact number because my drawers were overflowing and I could not believe my number.
I would say over, 5, 10, 15. I would say over 20 pairs, like maybe around 45.
Like 45 panties, 45 bras?
Oh, together.
Oh, I don't know.
That was just underwear, like legit just like...
Bottoms.
Bottoms.
Oh, okay.
Panty wear.
Do women hate when guys call them panties?
I love that word.
Oh, okay.
I don't mind it at all.
Good. Panty away. I counted and I have 50 pair of underwear.
Okay.
Like literally 50 pairs.
That's a lot.
But
because I feel like I have a lot. So I think that's a lot.
Oh yeah, I know it's a lot. Visually, it's a lot. And in my old place, I didn't have in-unit laundry. And so if I had more underwear, I could go a longer time without having to go down to the laundry room and feed in quarters, $1.25 here, $1.25 to dry.
Yep.
But now my new place has in-unit laundry.
Yeah, that's so nice.
I realized I can get rid of a lot of the ones that I don't have anymore.
Yeah.
So I sorted them out because you got your
super loosey-goosey.
You got your athletic ones.
Yes.
That you're gonna sweat in and it's gonna be disgusting. So you gotta save those, but then you have like the nicer ones.
Yep. I totally get it.
Then you got the lucky ones. I do have one lucky pair.
Just one.
And then you got like the lingerie. You got the sexy frisky
Guys have
ones.
Lingerie underwear too?
No, of course not.
Or do they? My dad used to get this magazine that was super embarrassing all the time that we'd get it at home. And it was like actually really cute underwear for dudes.
What made it cute in your mind?
The colors, the patterns, the sheens, like different styles too.
Sheens.
Yeah, and there were even like thongs for dudes. And I was like, what? But like even like just a bunch of really cute underwear. And I didn't even know that was a thing.
I mean, why not?
He doesn't get them anymore, but if I remember the name of the
catalog.
The catalog, I'll send you the link to it.
Oh, okay. Wow. You think I need that sexy sheen thong
Why
underwear?
not? You just replaced,
good point.
Threw away a bunch of your underwear, so.
If I ever want to go down to Brazil, I'm going to need
some neon orange.
Neon orange Speedo thong.
Yeah.
Whatever.
You get some sun on those cheeks.
So it's also why I'm never going down to Brazil.
Oh, come on.
Oh, well,
you don't want to hear people meowing at you?
No. Let's see. Oh, before I wanted to say, I'm so glad to be out of my old place. What I didn't realize is that I needed to get it professionally cleaned.
Yeah, that's bullshit.
The entire time I lived there, I knew I had to get the carpets cleaned.
Yes.
I also didn't know I needed to get a maid service to clean.
See, I've never heard of anyone ever doing that. And I've known several people who've lived in apartments.
Well, it fucking sucked because I spent almost $300 on that, and my security deposit was $400. So I spent most of my security deposit, hoping they don't ding me on that. But I had a horrible experience. It was $120 for three.
Whoa. For three ladies?
For three ladies. Mm-hmm. The morning of, they emailed me and said, we had scheduling change, and so we're going to have 4 women sent to your house. Mm-hmm. It's now $160 an hour. So I was already annoyed at that. Then they give you a window, which,
God, yeah.
Fuck that. They don't care about that.
It's like from 3 a.m. to 3 the next morning.
And they were 15 minutes late to that. It was almost to the point where I was going to call and be like, yo, where are these ladies at?
Yeah.
I got things to do.
Exactly.
I think I was so frustrated with the price because I'm not dirty. Like, my place was clean.
Yeah.
So they would clean, like, the blinds, and they would do the ceiling fans. When I came back, I looked over everything. I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. Then when you really look into things, they broke, like, 3 of my blinds.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. My mom has had issues with that. She takes away money for them, though.
I definitely think that if I get dinged for that in my security deposit, I'll go back to the cleaning service. First of all, the blinds, though, in my place are probably the cheapest plastic. Yeah. And if they just quickly wipe it down and it's
because that's what
stuff,
they do. They just,
brittle.
like, with a rag, they just do that, and then it catches on the end and it bends it back. Mm-hmm. They've done that several times to ours. And they're not, like, just some cheap plastic, so you know they're doing it because it's bending because it's fast, and they're not really being careful with it. And then once it bends, even if you get it back, it's still always with the dent on there. Yeah,
forever. Mm-hmm. I noticed it because apparently they have this. They break so many that they have a special glue to glue it back.
Oh my god!
It wasn't like hanging. It wasn't folded. It was broken.
Oh, it was broken,
completely broken in half. But there was this tacky glue that they had glued back together. So then there was that. And then when I called in to give my credit card to the office to pay for it, they start the clock when the GPS gets to your location.
That is messed up.
They tried to charge me like $215. I'm like, whoa.
Oh my god.
That's some fucking bullshit. I didn't say that to lovely Vanessa. But she's like, oh yeah, the GPS shows. And I'm like, well, it takes them 5 minutes to get out of their car and then
unload
take
all their
time
stuff
to load up. And I noted what time I left my place because then I went to go to a park. I wasn't going to sit there and watch them clean. That's fucking weird. I was like, well, I left at this time, and that's when they started. And when I came back at this time, they were already packed up and like almost ready to go. And so it was a little bit of back and forth, but I ended up winning and only had to pay the $160.
Good.
But man, I was fucking heated.
Good, yeah.
I was on such an adrenaline high.
Yeah.
Also because I got my way, so I was like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the things about being a grown-up. You kind of have to learn to, speak up for yourself and do these things, because otherwise they just win and they keep doing it to other people. Drama. But speaking of drama,
yeah,
guess what I did the other night?
You watched a fantastic drama called Fargo.
No, I still haven't seen that. No, I kind of ruined something for some of my cousins. We're having a huge party for my grandma tomorrow. It's going to be her 80th, and like all her kids, all my grandma's children and their children will be attending. Or so I thought. So
fuck.
I messaged 2 of my cousins that live in Chicago, and I was like, hey, will I be seeing you on Saturday? And they're like, what for? Why? And I'm like, well, for grandma's party. And they were like, this is the first I've heard anything of this. And I was like, okay. So
ouch, kabibbles.
Yeah. And we don't really send like invitations or anything. We just like kind of word of mouth, like here, text, we WhatsApp people, like, you want to come to this thing? It's at 3:00 on Sunday, whatever. Mm-hmm. And so I was like, okay, well, here's like the picture of the address and blah, blah, blah. And they're like, no, because I was texting 2 of my cousins at the same time. And then one of them sent me a private message. And he was like, oh, what did you just do? She's going to be so bummed. Like, I don't know if you know, but like, they're not cool with the family. They like never invite us to anything. They don't think we're good people, like blah blah blah. I'm like, but it's family, and my grandma's like super old. How can she be like so petty about thing that happened like 25 years ago? I was like, this is bizarre. I was like, well, I'm taking it upon myself to invite you guys. I think you should go.
Do you know what went down, and did it legitimately go down 25 years ago, or was it
not 25 years ago? But I mean, she's only 30 years old, and it couldn't have been something bad. It was probably just like the way that they live their lives, which isn't even like a horrendous thing, just different choices.
Well, nice job ruining that.
I know, so I felt a little shitty.
But also, that's not on you because you didn't know.
Yeah, exactly.
Usually
they don't send a family newsletter. So we've severed ties with blah 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 and blah blah blah. Whose side will you be on?
That wasn't in the Christmas card?
No.
The Christmas card recap of the family?
I wish we did Christmas cards. That'd be so cool.
This year we have ousted Margarita And Carlos.
And guess who we're back in cahoots with? So I was feeling kind of bummed about that, but also a little angry at both sides of the family. Like, someone has to yield first, you know? Mm-hmm. Just put your ego down and show up, and the other person will maybe step up and also be like, hey, that's all in the past. Let's just love each other, man.
And you think that's going to happen tomorrow?
No.
It's always nice to be invited to things.
I was like, well, I did my part.
You know, even if it was on their end, extending an olive branch.
Yes.
And then they could be like, no, we're not going to come. We're going to deal with this bullshit.
So where did that come from, that saying, extending an olive branch? Why would they extend the olive branch and not something else?
Maybe back when Caesar wore a ring of, or that was Jesus. What did Jesus wear? Crown of thorns.
Yeah, but not Caesar, by choice.
Caesar would. Yeah, it wasn't a fashion choice.
Caesar's, I think it was, though, right?
Caesar's would wear, I think, olive
leaves.
Olive leaves. Mm-hmm. Crown of olive leaves.
Yeah.
And then here, try on my flower crown to people that they liked or wanted to be friends with.
Okay, I'm gonna go with that.
It's good enough, right?
Yep. Well, I think they're cute.
That could have been a Jeopardy question.
Was that Jeopardy?
Yeah, that's the song during the final question.
Cool.
It's been in the news a lot lately, Jeopardy, because there's that one guy, James Holzhauer, who is fucking making bank.
Why? Is he the host?
No, that's Alex Trebek.
I don't know. I didn't watch Jeopardy.
It's still on. You still could.
I guess I could.
I can't believe you never watched Jeopardy.
No. Is it the one with the wheel and the numbers?
No, that's fucking Wheel of Fortune, and I'm going to get to that.
Okay.
That's great that you mentioned that up. All right. Jeopardy is the one where they ask you questions. Actually, they say...
Oh, it's the one where you answer in the form of a question.
Yes.
Okay.
It requires knowledge. Okay. And the issue is...
That's probably why I don't watch.
Okay. Wheel of Fortune's really easy. The high value winner, this guy is like making bank. He's averaging like $74,000 a game. Some games he's won over $100,000.
Wait, so the same person plays?
Yeah.
All the time?
If you win, you keep going on to the next show.
Oh.
Which is not the case with Wheel of Fortune.
Okay.
But my issue is Wheel of Fortune is literally spinning a wheel and calling out letters.
Yeah.
And an answer could be like, Atlantic Ocean. And then you could win $22,000 on that prize.
Yes.
Or like $60,000 for the entire show. Average game of Jeopardy, with all this knowledge, you usually only win like 20 grand.
Oh, okay.
So the
Big
answer
difference.
in Jeopardy would be like, this Latin word comes from the invention of a 14th century king's mother on her trip to the Sahara. And people know this shit. And then they'll get like, oh, that answer is worth $1,500.
Yeah, I can see how that doesn't even up. It's not even, because I completely lost track just when you were answering that question. So if anyone can, one, keep track of the question and know the answer, I think that deserves way more than that.
It just goes to show knowledge is not appreciated in today's society.
No.
Turned into an 80-year-old man.
Which one's the one?
Kids these days.
Which one's the one that it's like, someone, come on down?
Price is Right.
Okay.
Where they just guess prices and then they could win a fucking car. And
they have to be like exact,
elliptical.
right? It can't be like back and forth or...
I mean, it depends on all the different games.
Oh, good Lord, man. I'm behind on shows.
Well, probably because you were not an unemployed housewife, mother of 4 who's watching daytime TV. Wheel of Fortune, The View, and then, I don't know, The Today Show with Kathy Lee and Hoda Kotb drinking wine at
I know them.
11 in the morning. Yeah, because of the wine. You're a wino.
No, not really.
Oh, okay.
I know them because Jenna Fisher on her Instagram sometimes puts her mug in the microwave.
What the fuck does that have to do with Kathy Lee and Hoda Kotb and wine?
That's how I know that they have a show, those people, because she'll talk about the girls on the mug, and those are the names of it.
Oh, the mug that she puts in the microwave is Kathy Lee and Hoda Kotb.
To prove her bread.
Prove her bread. Okay.
Jenna Fisher is completely obsessed with baking bread, and I am obsessed with watching her be obsessed with baking bread.
Is it going to persuade you to start baking bread?
Yes, but then I'd probably have to not eat it.
Actually, you can't. You're going gluten-free.
I know. Well, I can make it. No, I'd probably eat it. I know I'd eat it. You just can't. You can't not eat bread that you've made. it's probably like a law.
You can give it to fucking ducks outside.
Oh, ducks.
To the squirrel.
Actually, I heard that's bad though.
I was gonna say, don't do that. You're gonna be an animal killer.
Oh, never. Not on purpose anyway.
Yeah, bread isn't good for anyone. It's not good for ducks. It's not great for humans.
It's so good with olive oil and some pepper though.
That's some lame ass meal.
I'm not saying it's a meal, but you know, like in Italian places,
snack.
When they bring over like the fresh bread and like you can pour all the olive oil and then you dunk it in.
I was imagining you at home be like, I'm hungry. Let me pour some olive oil on this bread and then sprinkle pepper on it.
Hell no. It'd be like a nice big ass sandwich.
On a bagel, do you smear cream cheese?
Depending on what the rest is going to be. Do you mean just the bagel?
I just brought that up because I fucking hate when people say smear as schmear.
Schmear. No.
And you know what?
Doesn't Einstein completely do that all the time?
Probably, and that's why I hate them. Fucking Einsteins.
Well, I guess we're not being sponsored by them.
Fuck your schmear.
I don't like that they call it that, but I do like their schmear. It's like fluffy and whipped and just delicious.
I don't even know what made me think of why I hate it so much, but if you look up what schmear is,
yeah,
it's the definition literally says a smear or a spread. But schmear is actually Yiddish. It's a like Yiddish loan word.
Okay.
From Germanic origin, the word schmear.
Schmear.
It means like butter or something. I don't know.
Olive schmear.
You talking about bread and...
Schmearing stuff on it?
Yeah. You talking about bread and putting stuff on and making a sandwich made me think of smear.
Then it sounds weird when you say smear. That does sound more like the action.
That's fine by me. I can go into other rants that I have.
A rant away.
Well, actually, first of all, let's not go into a rant. Let's go into a question. Have you ever noticed how old houses have like the tiniest garages?
Yes.
It's like a one-car garage. Mm-hmm. It's hardly enough for me to fit my Mazda Miata in there.
Miatas are so little, though. Oh, that's why. Oh, that's the point.
Also, for clarity's sake, I don't own a Mazda Miata.
Sure you don't.
That's a dream car of mine. But you think about how small these old house garages are. Mm-hmm. But if you think about cars in like the 60s and 70s, those were fucking boats.
They were huge, right? Exactly.
And you see 70, 80-year-olds driving around today in their car that is literally 30 feet long. They must feel so protected in these tanks.
Yeah, land yachts.
In the land yachts. And I don't understand how those two came together.
I don't know if garages back then were really for the car, though. I think they were more for just
for their
storage.
Horse?
Oh, just the horse. or the buggy.
Buggies are huge.
Yeah. What about like the first cars? Like the ones with like the open top. And it was like this giant stick and sometimes you'd even have to crank it up in front.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Downton Abbey.
Yes, Downton Abbey type
1920s,
cars.
1930s. Mm-hmm. Still think
those were still pretty big though, right?
Big and bulky.
I know they were tall for sure.
One of life's mysteries. I don't understand
That's a really good question. Now I'm going to be wondering that. If any of you know, please like email us or social media at us because...
Ain't nobody knows.
Someone's got to know.
Well, the person who knows doesn't listening to this.
You never know.
That's true. There's probably a long story on some NPR radio show about the history of cars and building and how they sized up. I love talk radio so much right now. I remember as a kid, when my mom would pick us up from school, she would be listening to WGN radio, talk radio, whether it's the news or stories or whatever it was. And I remember being so fucking bored.
Yep, me too.
I'm never going to be like this. It's going to be like music forever. And what do you know? I listen to podcasts, NPR, 95% of the time.
I still definitely listen to music way more than radio stuff or like talk, whatever. Talk radio?
I guess.
What did you say?
I said talk radio, but most of the stuff I'm listening to isn't. Talk radio, I guess, is like the morning...
Oh, okay. Yeah, like the morning shows when there's
that's,
banter back and forth. Like
that's
DJs.
more entertainment, but my mom wasn't listening to entertainment. She was like listening to the news. And I'm still not to the point like my dad where I'm listening to a baseball game or the fucking radio.
I can't do that. You know who does that? My friend Nicole. She does that. she'll listen to the Cubs on the radio. And I mean, it sounds cool. Like, I think the concept of it, if people do that, I think they're really, like, old school and, like, kind of badass.
Yeah.
But I could never do it. Well, one, I don't think I could ever. I'm not much of, like, a sports person that just, like, watches the sport to watch it. Like, I'll watch it if it's more like a social gathering kind of thing, or, like, actually at an event, then it's really fun.
We've discussed that. You don't even go into the soccer games that you host parties at. So I definitely understand you not even listening to it if you're not going to go and watch it.
Right, exactly.
I guess you kind of just want to be a part of it, and it helps you follow the game. I'm not to that point yet.
I find it interesting now as an adult. I can see why little kids would be like, why are you listening to this? It's like going to school.
It's boring. So on 60 Minutes, I watch 60 Minutes all the time. Reading National Geographics, I'm watching 60 Minutes. As a kid, I despised 60 Minutes. Have we discussed this before?
I don't think so, no.
Because it was on Sunday night, which the next day is school, so I'm worried about that.
Yeah.
And then it has the very distinctive tick, tick, tick,
yes,
tick,
it does.
And I'm like, oh, it's almost nighttime. And Sunday night is when my mom would cook, like, a healthy dinner.
Oh, so it was like a bunch of horrible things all at once.
Oh, God, there's going to be broccoli and, like, asparagus and take me forever. I was a very slow eater. To the point where my mom would have to set a time on the microwave, and I'd have to be done by that.
Oh my God, Bobby.
I don't know if there was an or else, or if it was just implied. I never got there. Mm-hmm. And I remember as a kid having to take multivitamins. Mm-hmm. You kind of have to be taught how to take those multivitamins, though.
Was it the Flintstones chewable
No,
ones?
no. Chewable, no, you just fucking chew.
Yeah.
It's the ones where you have to swallow.
Ooh, yeah. Yes, that's right. How do you teach a kid to swallow something like that?
And there used to be, like, this coating that after multiple attempts, it would just get all slimy, and I couldn't. And I probably broke down and cried many times because I couldn't get it down.
Like, massage your throat. Get it down.
It's just a foreign concept as a kid to be drinking something, but then there's, like, a particle of food.
Like a big chunk that you have to just swallow whole. I remember when we were smaller, or when we were younger, my mom would cut up any medicine that we'd have to take in half. And I was a champ. I could take the whole thing, like multiple at a time. But Carla, you'd have to, like, cut every single one into, like, a tiny little piece.
Shove it in a meatball and trigger.
A little piece of cheese.
Yeah.
Haha, my bird.
How is she doing? Is she still getting more acting auditions? Because I got a voice actor rant.
Really? Do you now?
Yeah.
I know she is getting some of those as well. Some voice acting. Mm-hmm.
Okay. Because
she's got a whole like portfolio just for the voice acting now.
Well, my issue is that big name celebrities are ruining the voiceover industry. Because if you think about it, lately all the cartoons, they're getting people like Julia Roberts or Jennifer Lopez to voice their character solely for name recognition.
Yeah.
When that's actually distracting to me. Like,
it is.
If I go watch the new Lion King movie and I'm like, oh, that's not Nala, that's fucking Beyonce. That's Beyonce's voice.
Yep. I always found that very distracting when I was like, but I know who that is. I can't, I loved not knowing who, like, the characters are from their, not recognizing the voices and stuff. Such as Guardians of the Galaxy, the raccoon. I couldn't tell at all that was
Bradley Cooper.
Bradley Cooper,
See,
yeah.
That is a case where there's actual talent behind it. Mm-hmm. I think Anna Paquin does a lot of voiceover. I know she did some anime. She was the voice for the US edition dubbing.
Cool.
So there are cases where actors act and use their voices.
Yeah.
But then for the most part, it's like all for advertising. And if you think about it, if those big names who already are worth multi-million, they're taking jobs from actual voiceover artists who don't have the celebrity name pull, but they also don't have the millions that these fucking people do.
Yep, exactly.
So that pisses me off. But then again, if
I can get on board that piss train.
Disgusting. But I don't blame them. If you get a job offered to you and they're going to pay you, we'll pay you like $2 million to literally come to a studio looking disgusting in your bathrobe and read these lines for like 3 days.
In your bathrobe.
Yeah. They'd be an idiot to turn it down.
Yeah, they kind of would.
So I don't know who to blame.
I feel like it'd be kind of like an easy gig too, because I mean, you
They're not.
I'm not saying it's easy, but it's definitely easier than on
easy.
screen.
Fucking easy. I'm gonna try it. It's easy.
You have to say it this way.
And then eventually they're like, well, it's Jennifer Lopez. I can't ask her to do something 6 times over. So that's good, Jen. Nice job. Moving on. All right, it's time for the game.
Time for the game.
What do you have for me?
Now it is the part of...
Oh my God, you're so now official. Like you're hosting a debate in the British Parliament.
What is it that you called debates that... in that one episode, and I was like, no, just call it a freaking debate. It's not a...
Forensics.
Okay. This week's game, I'm going to kick your ass, and ass whooping is what I've got for you.
We'll see about that.
Oh, don't you roll your eyes at me. I'm going to get you so freaking good. This game is Phobias, where I'm going to tell you the fear, and then there's 3 words, and you have to pick which one is the fear.
Okay.
Like the actual name of the phobia.
I'm probably going to be horrible at this game because I don't have any phobias. I don't have any fears.
You're not afraid of nothing.
I'm not afraid of death. I'm not afraid of squirrels. I'm not afraid of bushy-tailed animals.
Sharp corners?
I'm fine about this.
Bushy-tailed animals. Oh, not even skunks?
Fuck your skunk.
That sounded so sexual.
Oh, it really does. I don't mind skunks.
1, 2, 3, 4.
But in actualidad, I don't... Well, I haven't really thought about it too much, but I don't think I have that many fears. Well, I'm not going to jump out of a fucking plane. Falling. I'm not going to bungee jump. I'm not going to skydive.
But let's see, I have a fear of falling, yet I did skydiving because my fear of falling is in like broken bones or like being paraplegic or, something like that. Where if something malfunctions when you're skydiving, you're pretty much dead.
I'm afraid of falling in love.
I'm sure that's a thing. Actually.
Just kidding. I'm not. For the record, I'm not. Love you, babe.
Oh.
Moving on. Back to the game. What's going on?
Back to the game. Okay, so there's 2. So I'm going to tell you the fear of blank, and then I am going to read the 3 words, and you have to choose which one is that fear. One of them is going to be made up.
Okay.
There are 2 fear of blank. There are 2 that are actually made up. That I made up the fear of.
What?
In some of these, I made up the fear of blank. So gravity could be there really is a fear of gravity, and those are the words.
Oh, so that's like a double.
It's yes. Oh, double. I'm gonna just fuck your skunk.
Okay. 2 out of the 8. The whole fucking question is bullshit.
Pretty much.
Got it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's how we'll do it. Okay, let's say I gotta get more than 50%. 5 out of 8 correct.
Mm-hmm. All right. Fear of vermin. Is it heliophobia?
No.
Verminophobia? Rodentophobia?
Heliophobia sounds like fear of the sun, like Helios. Verminophobia, that sounds too literal. But so does rodentophobia. Fear of vermin. I think this is the bullshit one.
Son of a bitch, are you kidding me? Okie dokie.
Oh, hell yeah.
I'm still very confident that you're not going to make it.
Okay, we'll see.
Okay, point Bobby. Damn it. Fear of Halloween. Porphyrophobia. Porphyrophobia. Mm-hmm. Habitumphobia. Samhainophobia.
Samhaino. Mm-hmm. That sounds like a kid I went to high school with.
Sam Hino?
Yeah, his name's Sam Hino. He runs the cashier at the Greek restaurant.
I like some Greek soup.
And then the first one is porfuno.
Porphyrophobia.
Porphyro. I'm going to say habitumphobia.
That is a made-up word.
Okay, so
I made that one up.
What's the right one then?
The right one is Samhainophobia.
My Greek buddy betrayed me.
Yes, he did. And the other one, porphyrophobia, that one is fear of the color purple.
Okay. That's cool. I thought habitumphobia. It sounded Latin, so that was a good one.
Thank you, Google. I looked up the Latin word for costume.
Oh nice.
Yeah.
So it was Latin. That was a good trick. Okay.
It's a good trick, too.
All right,
fear of gravity. Barophobia, acluophobia, bodensophobia.
Barophobia sounds like barometers. And sometimes the barometer drops when a storm's coming, so that's gravity falling down.
Okay.
Then the rain falls down.
Okay.
and wash away my dreams. Let it wash away my fantasy. Hilary Duff.
Yeah.
Okay.
I love her.
I had to make sure you got my song references. Acluophobia. You know what? I have no idea, and I don't think there's any way I could figure it out. So I think this is fake.
No.
There's a fear of gravity.
There's a fear of gravity.
That's fucking stupid. Which one is it?
So barophobia is the correct one.
Hilary Duff betrayed me.
Yes. And the acluophobia is a fear of darkness.
Nice.
And
okay.
the bodenzophobia with an S is the made-up one.
I'm only 1 for 3. Question number 4.
Fear of reptiles. Herpetophobia, lileptophobia, magirocophobia.
Well, I'm going to...
I'll probably need you to...
No, I don't even think so, because I might be jumping the gun, but herpetology is the study of reptiles.
Okay.
And so I'm going to go with what is it? Herpetophobia?
Herpetophobia.
Herpetophobia. I'm going with that.
Damn it, I forgot you were a zoologist. That one was right. You got that one.
Herpetophobia. You know what? I'm not... I guess I am kind of afraid of snakes. Snakes creep me the fuck out because I don't know how, for the most part, to judge how they're feeling. They could either be chill as hell, or they could be 0.2 seconds away from biting me in the fucking face.
But that's pretty much anyone or anything,
no,
animal-wise.
No, with like a dog, you get some clues. With a
squirrel,
squirrel,
I see. You can kind of read other things.
I mean, sometimes if a snake starts to curl back, but they don't have eyebrows to show emotion.
Do you imagine them with like bushy eyebrows?
Honestly, I'd rather not. I think this is becoming a phobia.
Oh man, I'll have to look up the specific fear of snakes because I'm sure it exists.
And the specific fear of eyebrows.
Yeah. Oh my god, you've got an eyebrow fear? It's crazy. So the magirocophobia, that one is fear of cooking.
Some of these are ridiculous. If you have that fear, how do you survive?
You probably have someone cook for you.
You gotta order in. Someone has to cook for you, but you can't see. You gotta be in the other room. I'm actually gonna start using that. Babe, I got magirophobia. I'm terrified of cooking. Bring me all my meals while I'm in the other room lounging. Lounging
on a tray.
Netflix.
That would be a good excuse.
And the other one is the one you made up.
Yep. Lileptophobia. I don't even know how I came up with that one, but anyway. All right, so that one's point Bobby. So it's what?
2 out of 4.
Okay. Halvesies. All right, fear of speed.
Speed isn't going fast.
Yes, not the drug.
Not the drug. Okay,
correctamundo.
I don't know your life. I don't know.
All right. Philophobia, tachophobia, wichnophobia.
I'm going to go with, I think in a car, a tachometer measures something. So I'm going to go with tachophobia.
Is that your final answer?
With how excited you look, I'm terrified, but I'm going to say yeah.
Damn it.
Yes!
Why do you know things? You're not supposed to know things. Son of a bitch. Okay, all right. See, I didn't even know that was a word. What did you call it? For the odometer is?
Tachometer.
Oh.
Odometer measures how far you go.
And
how far you go, odometer.
What does a tachometer? How far you go, odometer?
And the tachometer is basically... A tachometer is an instrument which measures the working speed of an engine in revolutions per minute.
Well, that sucks, because if I'd have known that was the name of a thing in a car, I would have never gone with that one. All right, the next one is fear of beautiful women. Is it...
It's called My Childhood. Quick story. When I worked at the restaurant, sometimes I'd have to go to the grocery store if we ran out of items.
Yeah.
And there was this girl there that she worked in the deli, meats and cheeses, and I thought she was like... I thought she was so pretty. She reminded me of Amy Lee from Evanescence. She had like jet black hair, like piercing blue eyes.
Ooh,
we'd make
good
eye
combo.
contact and my heart would flutter.
Oh.
And then I would just get the potato salad from the fridge and I'd run away.
So you had the fear of beautiful women.
Yeah. Now I need to know what this official term is.
Okay, so it's femophobia, feminophobia, venestrophobia.
Men are from Mars, women are from Venus. I am gonna go with Venustrophobia.
I hate you so much right now. This is not working out. Sarah, come on.
I forget which one. One of them already was completely fake, though, right?
Yes. Mm-hmm.
All right.
So there's one more in there.
You just gave me a clue.
Did I? Did I?
Well, now I have a 50% chance that
Yes, you do.
I fucking got you.
No, you don't. Fear of grout.
Like bathroom grout between tiles?
Yeah, I'm assuming. Right?
Grout?
That's the only grout I know of. Yeah, grout.
Okay.
Fear of grout. Wiccophobia. Lilepsophobia. Cementophobia.
Cementi. That has gotta be made up. This is the made up one, and you thought about it this morning in the shower.
Stop it. Son of a bitch, Bobby, no.
So I'm right, that you made that up.
I did. This one's a fake fear.
Fuck yes.
But you were wrong. I thought about it when I was out of the shower.
But on the toilet. Staring at the wall.
No, I was drying my hair.
Okay.
Damn it!
So then, cementiphobia.
But wiccophobia is the fear of witches and witchcraft.
Okay, yes. We should all have that. Witches are dangerous. They could turn you into...
Just the bad ones, though.
They could turn you into a beautiful woman. You are. I wasn't speaking specifically to you because you already are.
I wasn't even assuming because I already know that.
So you were like, honey, I know.
And lilepsophobia is the fear of tornadoes and hurricanes. But the cementiphobia was definitely fake, and that's probably what gave it away.
That's actually really interesting about the fear of tornadoes and hurricanes.
I mean, it's a kind of natural to be afraid of them, though, but...
Yeah, it's like a wind, back to the speed. It's like fast wind.
Super fast.
I mean, if you're not afraid of tornadoes and hurricanes, that's just called Darwinism. Just staring, gawking at it as it sucks you up with the cows.
You know what? Ever since I saw the movie Twister, I've always wanted to be like within the safe distance of a tornado and just like watch it do its thing.
Destroy.
Yeah, I
farmhouses.
would probably make a really cool. What do you call them? Storm chaser.
You think you'd make a cool storm chaser?
Yeah.
What would make you so cool?
Because I'd be really good at it. Like,
okay.
I'd watch
Being
it.
good at something is cool. Real cool.
Super cool in my book.
All right, so
do you want to do the last one just for funsies since you obviously won?
Of course.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. So fear of the figure 8. Is it octopophobia, octophobia, octenophobia?
Octo. This seems too basic. I think a lot of these phobias... Well...
It's a basic bitch word.
It is a basic bitch. I think a lot of these come from like Latin. And so Octavius... I'm going to go with... I'm going to go with Octeno.
Cool. I made that one up. The right one is the totally basic bitch word.
It is?
It's octophobia. Yep.
Dang. Well, I didn't go out with a bang, but overall, I did win.
I will have to settle for that then.
Perfectly adequate 5 out of 8.
I
was worried in the beginning, but then...
Good.
Well, thank you for applauding my knowledge. It feels so good to be recognized as a smart person. You know why? It's all that NPR...
It's all that nerdiness
all
and
that
your
nerd shit,
Olympiads and
that
crap.
Nat Geo.
Nat Geo.
The Olympiads. Well, that was a really fun game.
Yay.
Thank you for that.
At least it was fun, yeah.
When we first started this podcast, I wanted to keep track of who was winning.
Yeah.
I think that lasted 2 or 3 episodes, and now I don't have a running total.
Yeah, I honestly don't know. I mean, it feels like you're winning.
Oh, that's for sure because I am. But we don't know by how much, and that's planned to, like Wheel of Fortune, not make you feel dumb. It's like those questions on house hunting shows about the beach. They'll be like, what is the most popular sport in blah blah blah, and
oh yeah,
one of them's like soccer and the other 2 are like basket weaving and dog racing. Obviously it's basket weaving. That's the number 1 sport. Those questions are designed to not make their viewers feel stupid.
Oh, I didn't know that.
That being said, I still get very excited. I'm like, hell yeah.
I knew that.
Do know that there is a music festival every summer on the island of Key West.
Pie.
Key lime pie?
Key lime pie. They actually have some really good peanuts out there. Key West. Those key lime pie peanuts.
I do not know what you're talking. It's basically a peanut covered with the flavor of
yeah,
key lime
like
pie.
Sugar and like key lime pie and flavoring. I actually really like it, mainly because of the type of peanut they use to make it with. It's like a Virginia split peanut. They're really freaking good. It's a whole different flavor than just regular peanuts.
Oh. I never really thought about different types of peanuts. Also, I'm trying to enunciate peanuts because a few times when you like...
I know, I heard it and I was like, oh shit.
I think the listeners might have heard it too. She knows what she's doing.
So it's all psychological or subconscious. You know what? I'm going to stop.
It's all Freudian. It's all Freudian. It's all your subconscious.
I hope you enjoyed the game because, yeah, how many did you get right?
Well,
do you have any fears?
I know you're looking at me, but you're not talking to me.
No.
You're talking to our listeners.
I'm talking to our listeners, yeah. I want to know what kind of fears they have. Do you guys have any phobias?
How can they reach out?
They can email us at bswithbspodcast@gmail.com. On Instagram, Twitter.
BS with BS podcast.
What were your... I kind of want to know what their buffet experiences are.
Buffet experiences?
Yes, from our BS, what it stood for.
Today it stood for.
Stood for.
Today it standed for buffet sampler. I hope you got a good sampler of the shit that's on my mind.
Uh-huh.
Oh well, I think that's been it for this week. Thanks for listening. How do we end it again?
That's been some bullshit.
But I tried listening back. I think we used to end it. Now that's been some BS because that's the name of our show. And then I think one week I said bullshit.
Mm-hmm. And then we just kept doing that.
Guys, I told you we don't even know what this podcast is, so we don't know how to end it.
I think BS.
Okay, then have at it.
Now that's been some BS.